Melissa, thanks for coming and being part of our Christmas market. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, we're great. So I can see on your booth you have some amazingly yummy things. So tell us what you have to offer people today.
So there's a variety of jams and there's a variety of preserves. Some of them are limited, like the Arctic kiwi that grows on the property at Earthly Acres. So that is only produced so much per year, obviously.
Right.
And there's local plum jam, local peach jam, wild blueberry jam. I focus on trying to buy as close as possible.
Yeah.
And I only use organic sugar. I don't use any white sugar, processed sugar. I use a third of the sugars in all of the jams, so just enough to keep it preserved.
Right.
There's also some pickled turnip, pickled onions, and all of that, of course, is local. Whatever I can't source on the farm, I get from local vendors as well.
So you make all of this yourself on your farm, right?
I do. I have a kitchen that I'm working towards industrializing.
Right.
So everything's stainless steel grade, very nice, safe environment to be
Yeah.
making these things in. So yeah, I'm eventually going to be a level 5, so it's still a work in progress. There's some
And you
details.
hand pick everything?
Pardon me?
Like all your raspberry or like your berries and stuff?
It depends on what it
right?
is. It depends on what it is, and it depends on the year. Last year, I had time to pick everything. This year, I was working on the kitchen right in the middle of, the kitchen was down August, all of August, which is the primary picking. So I didn't do any of the picking. I relied on local farmers to get the picking.
Right.
The wild blueberry jam, I know the lady and the family that picked that, so I have their like access to their berries, and they're not sprayed all year round. So it's, yeah, at this point I'm spending more time in the kitchen. So last year a lot of my stuff was hand picked. This year I was relying on other people, but hopefully next year there will be time that I won't be remodeling things.
Right.
So hopefully I'll get back out in the fields because I really enjoy that. That's some good downtime before I get in the kitchen and start pushing some things out again. These pickles are off of the property as well, and they were picked and processed. There's hot peppers in a standard $1 million relish recipe. It's not mine. Some of the recipes I do develop on my own, like the pickled onion. I was looking for like a Mexican flair. I had gone to a local restaurant in Moncton and had gotten a meal with pickled onions, and I was just like, oh, why am I not making this? But there was none anywhere to be found on the internet, so I developed a brine that would stabilize it.
Right.
There is a jam that is mine, Jumbo Bumbleberry jam, that is organic, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberry, cherries, and a hint of my homemade lime cordial.
Wow.
So there's some things that are just mine. This is 100% mine too. This is, I call it healthy chocolate, because all the nuts, all the chocolate, I don't use any sugar. It's only honey in it, and it's high in magnesium, high in iron, high in protein, high in, like, there's all these different minerals in the nuts. And then, of course, cocoa is high in magnesium as well. So this is a chocolate that I sell in a couple stores locally, Cattail Ridge Family Market, as well as Sterling's Market in Moncton.
Right.
It's got no gluten, no dairy, and as I said, no sugar. The bark, which is usually the #1 seller throughout the year, is organic pumpkin seeds, raisins, pistachios, raw cashews that I roast, as well as roasted peanuts.
Wow, that's and I've tried that and it is delicious. Best chocolate ever, I think.
And then the one with the pink tag, this is a special Christmas edition. This is a bark that I just made for this. There is local cranberries, and I'm going to tell you a bit about those in a second.
Okay.
And raw Brazil nuts, and then again, my roasted cashews and organic pumpkin seeds. So that's around just for Christmas. Just to go to the cranberries for a minute, these are all local from Coastal Cranberries Limited here in Dorchester.
Yep.
These are very special cranberries. They're not picked with water. They're dry picked, which is something that's quite unique.
So what's the difference between dry and
it changes the quality of your berry that you get, right? So it's a higher quality. And these are Mel Goodland's special sweet and dried cranberries. So he does all these himself, and I've inspected his facility, and I'm not worried about any gluten or dairy. He does them in a separate spot. So it was really reassuring, because when we agreed to team up for a chocolate this year, afterthought, I was like, oh, what if it's not gluten and dairy free? I might have to put it separate. Also, I have a regular chocolate recipe that has no nuts in it whatsoever, which I do have available. I didn't bring here at this moment, but I do have available. These ones are actually chocolate covered cranberries that I decided to run off for the season too, if you were someone that had to stay away from nuts. And there's no almonds that go in my facility either, because I'm allergic to almonds. So that is the one nut that doesn't pass through the kitchen. Many nuts, but not that nut. There's another bark as well called hazelnut bark, and that one has organic hazelnuts that I roast myself, and organic pumpkin seeds as well. And then over here I have a special holiday package that's available for the Ladysmith Manor Market this weekend, and then will be available locally December 1st to 21st, and it's the 3 barks together for $15. So you save $2.50 matching the 3 together.
That's fantastic, and that's like, that would be a great gift, hey, for people to give someone.
Oh, absolutely.
And actually, I met you because someone gave me a gift of your chocolate.
That's right. Someone dropped it on your doorstep.
Someone left me some chocolate on my doorstep, and that's how I met you, because it was so good. So your chocolate and all your other pieces are just delicious, and
thank you.
Always a great gift option for everyone, right? So I know that there'll be lots of people who will really enjoy browsing through your booth for the market. And so thank you so much for being here.
No problem. Thank you for having me.